Namaste, Hare Krishna. Sloka 37, 38. Yadyapyetena paśyanti lobhopahata-cetasaḥ kula-kṣaya-kṛtaṁ doṣaṁ mitra-drohe ca pātakam kathaṁ jñeyam asmābhiḥ pāpād asmān nivartitum kula-kṣaya-kṛtaṁ doṣaṁ prapaśyadbhir janārdana. We are under the section where Arjuna is placing his case where he doesn't want to fight. So, where he has a fear of fighting because he feels that if he involved in this battle, he will be incurring a sinful reaction. Therefore, is telling it is not good to do so. Janārdana, Krishna's another name is Janārdana. Krishna has several names. One of the name is Janārdana, one who punishes the miscreants. That's the meaning of Janārdana. Lobhopahata, lobho means those people who are greedy, overcome by greed, cetasaḥ, in their heart, yady paśyanti, na paśyanti. They don't see the fact that because of their greed in their heart, they're destroying kula-kṣaya-kṛtaṁ. They're destroying the family, killing the family, or ready to kill the family. Mitra-drohe. Not only that, they are even quarreling with friends like us. These are all very sinful. It has a lot of faults and is very sinful. Katham, then why? Jñeyam, knowing all this thing, we know everything, what they're doing is not right, absolutely wrong, because of the greedy nature. Since we know it, why we should be committing the similar mistake where we have to get into this fight? It's just kula-kṣaya-kṛtaṁ. It is not good. Kṣaya means to destroy the whole family. We see prapaśyadbhir. We are seeing it. Therefore, we shouldn't be getting involved in this one. It's going to give us a sinful reaction if we involve in this. That is fear. That's what is very fearful at this time. It's very important in this set of sloka that we are seeing. We should be fearful. Each one of us should be very fearful on things that are we following dharma? Are we following our roles and responsibility in our life as whatever roles we might have taken in our life as a father, mother, husband, wife, employee, employer, serving at certain places, at the temple or in an organization? Are we following what we're supposed to follow? Our dharma? Are we being very respectful and sensitive to the surroundings? This all comes under dharma, of course. And more so ever, we have to be very fearful of one thing. That is the Lord satisfied with my action? Is Krishna satisfied by my action? Will he be satisfied? So we need to put a check. If God is not satisfied, then we should be very fearful of our action, either through mind, word, or physical action. Therefore, in this slokas where Arjuna is saying doṣaṁ, pātakam, all those things, in our practical life, easy way to understand in practicality what is punya and what is pāpa. Right. We'll think punya means doing good for others and pāpa means doing harmful things for others. That is true in one sense. But if we understand that when the Lord is satisfied, when Krishna is satisfied with our action, and that's called punya. And when Krishna is dissatisfied, and that is called pāpa. As simple as that. So we don't need to worry about trying to find a literature or a book or do a search on the internet to go through finding a list of what is pāpa and what is punya so we can work towards that. It's not needed. It's just simple common sense. As long as God is satisfied with our action, and that is called punya, and if He is not satisfied, that's called pāpa. And one might ask, what makes the Lord satisfied and dissatisfied? Basic thing is, we all know what is good and what is bad. Number one. If we don't know, then Krishna has given the entire 700 slokas of Bhagavad Gita, which what we are seeing right now, loaded with these information, what needs to be done, what not to be done. So therefore we should spend some time in understanding Bhagavad Gita so we know the heart of Krishna and we can be careful not to commit any sin and be satisfied, make the Lord satisfied by our actions. We can only be fearless. One might ask, so we can never be fearless? Yes, we can be fearless in our life if we lead a life as per the instructions of Krishna. It is very simple to understand. Say, we all not just stay in the home. We go outside, we mingle with people, we drive our cars, we go to work, and we do so many things outside. But are we fearful when we go out? When we are not fearful every single second. Take an example where you're driving on a highway and the speed limit is, say, 60 miles per hour. And if you drive 60 miles per hour, you're fearless. But then if you touch 70, 75, 80, whatever it may be, then you're fearful. Fearful not that you don't have control of it. Fearful there could be any time the cops might be there. Right? So when you see in a distance on your side of the roadside, there's a light, the car's light, your heart start beating fast, and immediately your foot goes on a brake, reduce the speed. You have come into a fearful situation. We might have experienced this one. So that's the same thing we apply here, that when we follow the rules that's been provided by Krishna, then we shouldn't be fearful of any situations in our life. When we break the laws, go against Krishna's instruction, then obviously fear comes. So a certain things that makes us feel fearful, the fear, are due to our attachment. And the fear is nothing but a prayer stage before sadness. Bhaya, fear means bhaya. This fear is nothing other than an emotional feeling where we are imagining that something could happen tomorrow or down the line in future in my life, to me or someone else. It may happen, it may not happen. So when we start thinking that that's what is going to happen, what in case if it happens, and that emotion is called fear. In reality, it doesn't have a fact. So once the thing happens, whatever we are fearful, say if it happens, then we are not fearful at this stage. What is called at that point of time to our emotion is not fear, it's sadness. So rather than focusing on things that's uncertain in our life, let the course of our life take it. Whenever it happens, if it happens, we'll deal with it. But again, not to say that means shouldn't we plan about things. Yes, we can plan. If you're well aware of certain things that's going to happen in our life, then we can start planning about it. But the planning should not take us to a ride of fearful situation. We should not dwell into that emotion of fear. We plan it, we leave it, we move on. So Arjuna explains this one over here. What will happen if I kill these people? Yadyat api yati na paśyanti lobhopahata-cetasaḥ kula-kṣaya-kṛtaṁ doṣaṁ mitra-drohe ca pātakam katham jñeyam asmābhiḥ pāpād asmān nivartitum kula-kṣaya-kṛtaṁ doṣaṁ prapaśyadbhir janārdana. Thank you. Hare Krishna.